yeah. If you fuck with winning, put your lighters to the sky. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with it.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Cass from Cass's Critters here, and as you see, not only do I have a ball python in my shirt, but I cut my hair, and there's an enclosure right there that has a thing in front of it. Well, let's talk about that, because I already posted it on my Instagram and my Facebook, and I got hate on both. More so on Facebook, though. I posted it in a group, and they kind of freaked out. So, yeah. But I want to preface this by saying first, it is kind of a controversial topic because it involves a wild-caught animal, and depending on where you are, wild-caught animals may not be legal or may not be ethical, depending on the animal. And everybody has their own opinions about it, so it's totally cool if you have an opinion on it, but I'm not interested in fighting about it. Thanks. But, you know, just for that, I'm going to be watching the comments. But, basically, this involves a wild-caught animal, and I want to preface it by saying this is actually completely legal, that I call it fish and wildlife, and it is totally legal. I don't need any permits, I don't need anything involving the animal. I need nothing, basically. That is, it's completely and totally and utterly legal to be doing this. So, yeah, just letting you know that first off, it is legal. Second off, if you're wondering if it's ethical or not, he already ate with me. He ate with me the first day I had him in that enclosure, so I'd say he's doing pretty well. Also, this animal, the species, tends to have extremely low parasite loads, and they tend to do very well in captivity, but also they are illegal to breed in the state of California. So you can own them, but you can't breed them, which means you either have to get it captive bred from somewhere else, which is kind of illogical since I am moving in literally like 6 months to New Hampshire again, or you can catch it in the wild, which keepers out here tend to do. Being that there isn't all that many keepers out here, it's not harming the population in any way. But let's get into the animal. I don't know how I'm going to show him, because I really don't want to shove my hand in there, but we'll see. Maybe I can use my selfie stick. We'll see. Because he's a little scary, and I just worked with him, and he's a little terrifying. But I love him so much, so let's see. Do I have my selfie stick? We will find out pretty quick. So, this is the animal. This is Ekans. Now that you've seen him, let's talk about him. Alright, now that you've seen Ekans, let's talk about him, because I'm sure you guys have questions. First answer is that he is a southern Pacific rattlesnake, which means he is crotalus, oreganus, helleri. He is obviously wild caught. I caught him myself up in the mountains near my boyfriend's house in his city, which I do not really feel like disclosing, because not only is that private property, but that does kind of expose my location, general location, and I am extremely paranoid, and yeah, I'm a little paranoid about that, because I don't live in a big city, so I mean, yeah, he's twitching his tail. But let us talk about him. Like I said, he is wild caught, so he was caught from the wild by me. I caught him about a week ago maybe, and he lived in a bucket for 3 days because I was up with my boyfriend at his house in his city. So he was in a bucket for a few days, and he was totally cool, he was fine, he was relaxed. And then I moved him into this enclosure, and he ate the first night that he was here, which was a Friday night, I think it was Friday night. But he ate Friday night, and it was awesome. He struck the rat 4 times before it died, and when the rodent had died, he promptly scooped it up and ate it. It was really cool, and I got a little bit on Snapchat. I don't think I saved the video. If I did, then I will put it in like somewhere, I guess. I'll figure it out. I'll probably put it in at the end of this video if you guys are interested. But I caught a video of him eating on Snapchat, and it was pretty cool. And not only that, he isn't the most difficult snake to handle, if I'm honest. I mean, if I have to really point it out, then I'd probably say Helix, my milk snake, is worse, because he is just so wiggly and he really tries to get away, whereas this one will sit in the tongs pretty well. Okay, thanks, phone. He sits in the tongs pretty well, which these are my tongs. They are huge, they are 4 foot. But he sits in them pretty well. It doesn't hurt him any when you press down. He just doesn't move, or it doesn't move much, which is always nice. Unfortunately, when I was moving him right now to put the sand in his enclosure, he did get out of the tongs. He kind of like laid on my bed, which isn't the most ideal thing, but I scooped him up pretty quick, and I don't have a rattlesnake running loose in my house, which is, that would be kind of scary, a little bit. Being that we don't have them in the location that I currently live in, because it is very, very suburban and populated, because it's a medium city. It's not big, but it's medium. It's pretty big. But we don't have any unless you head towards the mountains or like near all the high schools, because all the high schools are in like the middle of nowhere. It's weird. We have like 4 high schools in the city. But yeah. Oh shit. He ate almost right away. Like I said, they have literally no parasites, or not literally no parasites, but they do have a really, really, really low parasite load, which is really cool because a lot of wild-caught animals do have kind of a heavy parasite load, and you do have to get them vetted, which I'm going to do regardless, because it is good practice to get an import or a wild-caught animal vetted. But he doesn't necessarily need to be vetted. He has no mites, because mites are not native to this area, and I already looked him over. I soaked him. He has nothing. I can guarantee he has nothing. But he has a significantly low parasite load, and once I get that poop, I'm going to take it to my vet and get it checked, and we are going to take a course of action from there. And if you don't know, you give the anti-parasitic through food. So you like inject the rodent or dunk the rodent in it. I'm not sure exactly, depending on which one it is, honestly. More than likely you have to inject the rodent and feed it to the snake, and that's how it works. So we will see if he has anything. He hasn't pooped for me yet, he hasn't shed for me yet, but he's eaten, which is always really good. He is a sub-adult to an adult, so he is more likely a couple of years old, probably about 2 or 3 maybe. And if you don't know, this species does stay significantly smaller than, say, diamondbacks. Diamondbacks can get 5-6 foot maybe, whereas these guys stay between 2.5 to 3.5 foot. I'm sorry, ignore my Saint Bernard in the background. He is barking. But yeah, he is more than likely a sub-adult to an adult. He is a male, so he's going to stay smaller than others. So yeah. Oh, got kicked out of my grandparents' room. Cool. But yeah, he is a fairly placid animal. That does not mean I'm going to be free handling, because no thanks, I'm good. But he is a fairly placid animal. He does not really strike. Like, I can pick him up with the tongs and he'll just rattle. He doesn't strike at all, for the most part. He is a pretty good animal. Yeah, he didn't even want to strike the rodent that was in his cage, so I'm probably just going to try to get him onto frozen, honestly. Just drop the rodent in and see if he'll eat. I do cover his tank like this every night because I don't want to be woken up to rattles, you know. Yeah, and also provides a day-night cycle, since I do not have lighting in his cage, but he does have a heat mat underneath, but we do not have lighting in his cage, so it provides a day-night cycle, and it's easier because I either have natural light coming through or I have my light on in the daytime, and that blocks it out. So yeah. I also have a cage lock on his cage because that's good practice, and yeah, it's probably best to have a cage lock on the cage, you know. But I don't know what else to say. I do. I don't know, he looks pretty cool. I like him. He's cool. And if you're wondering if they're illegal where I'm moving to in New Hampshire, yes, they are, thankfully. Pretty much everything's illegal. No, not everything's illegal. Everything's legal in New Hampshire. Pardon that. I went stupid for a sec. But pretty much everything is legal in New Hampshire, which is really, really cool. They have like the loosest laws for everything, and it's so awesome. If you don't know, I was born in New Hampshire, that's why I'm so pasty. But yeah, that's why I'm going back. And yes, I'm moving all my animals back, and yes, I am driving, so yeah. People always ask me that. Are you driving? Are you going to ship your animals? Yes, I'm driving. No, they are driving with me. They're going to be sitting in the passenger seat, or in the back seat, I guess. So yeah, that's always cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. Leave questions below, I guess, because I don't know. I can't think of anything else. I'm a little poo brain right now. a little out of it. So yeah, ask me questions because I would love to answer them. But I'm also going to keep an eye on the comment section because I don't want a bunch of little haters in the comments. Even though you're bound to get haters in the community, let's be honest. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And now I need to go take pictures of Matt because he just gave me a full frickin' shed, which is super cool. And I guess let me know what I should make next. I guess I'll leave a poll in this little corner right here, or this corner, I can't tell. My camera's flipped. So whichever corner it is, I'm going to leave a poll and make sure you pick which video you would want to see on Thursday because, yeah, that's going to be cool. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, night, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. That was a little fucked up, but yeah, I hope you have an awesome day regardless, and I will see you next time.